October 29, headed out to the farm and made it official. Well, it's been announced that I have been honored with being one of the ceremonial fallers for the Christmas tree for the Capitol complex, which was an honor that was bestowed upon my father in 1976. And he also cut down the tree for the Kennedy administration in 1962. So that's kind of a more of an emotional thing for me and a big honor, frankly, any way, shape, or form, because I just never thought I would ever actually have the possibility to be part of that process. So kind of cool, really cool. So I'm headed out to the farm to pack up my gear to do that, because we are actually cutting down the tree in the ceremonial fashion of using an axe and a crosscut saw. And my co-sawyer Ron Polgar is he's a competitor. He went to ESF. He went to school with Earl and Alvy Marcellus at Syracuse, and he is also involved with filing of the traditional pagan rakers, and the saw that he's doing up is a 5'6" Simons that we're going to be using to take the tree down, along with one of my axes. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool. But beyond that, I am beginning my training for my trip to Tassie. This will be my first actual real session to get ready for that trip. My wife and I are heading down the week before Christmas, and then we're staying through Christmas and New Year's, and then staying for the Tassie Thousands, and they'll be coming home. But we'll be working when work is needed during that time. I don't know anybody else, but usually the legal practice is pretty quiet during that time of year, but you never know. So computer in hand and cell phone and being up at 4 a.m. will be the rote way that I will live for that 2.5 weeks that we're down there. So in any event, everyone have a great Sunday. So I'm starting to look at the programs that are going to be happening over the Christmas circuit, and it looks as though we're going to be cutting like 5 standing blocks to 1 underhand. Welcome to Tassie. I'm going to love this. So actually my training the next 6 weeks is going to be on nothing but blocks and a single buck. And the reason why is because I want to keep balance on my rotational sides, since I saw right-handed and I chop left-handed. So that's what the task is for the next, probably, I may, if I'm lucky, get 12 to 15 sessions in before I go. And so that's what I'm going to be working on, is those 2 events and those 2 events alone. So, yay ha. So given that I'm going into standing block land here in about 8 weeks, I am going to work on some technical issues that have escaped me over the season. It's primarily 3 things, and a couple of which were highlighted by David Moses Sr. and my good friend Gerald. And first and foremost, keeping my right foot on the ground, especially with my down hits. I've successfully done it with my up hits, but I need to keep it on the ground for my down hits, or at least make sure that my heel is in contact with the ground when I am going toward the log, if that makes sense. Secondarily, higher downswings. In other words, get my bicep in front of my eyesight. And finally, the thing that Moses wanted me to work the most on is getting the axe out and away from me on my up hits. So I've got a 16-inch dry tulip log that was once a springboard tree up, and all I'm doing is hitting. So I'm probably going to open up like an 8-inch scarp and then just keep going. And this is going to be in rounds. Therein lies why I hate to go slow when I train. I am so used to going balls out all the time that when I do go slow, I spray hits. It's bizarre. But anyway. Observation, Senior for the win. And the reason why I say that is because I got a big belly. I've always had a big belly. I'm just a thick, stocky guy. And, even when I was at my thinnest, I had a 36-inch waist. And right now it's 38. And so, yeah, I'm 255 and I'm 54 years old. But, I've got... So... But my belly was always in the way, especially when I weighed over 300 pounds. And so I gradually brought my torso up. So when I actually purposely tucked like Senior wanted me to, my scarfs lined up, my swing looked better, my hits were nicer. So listen to the old folks. They know what they're talking about. Very red white pine with one of my 18-degree hardwood trainers. So I really like what I'm seeing with my up hits. So here's how I choose a socket. Big a different axe.